Okay folks, well we're now at that crossroads. It's been a bit of a fair old trek up there. One lady just can't believe as I've got this far with him and he's asleep there in the pram. That's just the way he is. You know, he's pretty good with anything like that. Now that's the gate where that cyclist has made his way through, and that looks a bit of a good hole at present. You know, you think, well, at least we can get through it, but unfortunately that's the terrain. There's no way can I push a pram on that. So unfortunately, hot potters, I'm going to have to make my way and go via the scenic route, which is all the way around and then come round the back side of it. There's no way can I get over that. I mean, what I will do, I'll ask this fella. Morning. Nah, he's moving too fast for me to ask him. I was going to ask him how it is. But what we'll do, I think, make our way up the scenic route and then we'll come back round the other side and we'll see what that's like from the other side. I think that's the best way. I always like going in a loop if I can. I don't like going straight up to something and then straight down again, like the Grand Old Duke of York. That's no good. You don't feel like you've done a proper walk doing it that way. That's just me, bit of psychological really. Right then, we're going to make our way through that barrier there. I'm going to have to shut the camera off again, hot potters, because as you can see, it's rather bumpy and I've got to negotiate it. There's not much I can do. But I think we'll get up there. You can just make it out there. With a bit of luck if I lift the camera up. So as you can see, we're getting there. There's not much stops the H, boys. Not much. Right then. Onwards and upwards, hot potters. Here's a closer look at that reservoir and that stunning view. And there's our target. And you can see we're getting closer to it now. Actually, I'm glad I've taken this road here and not that one, because it does look a bit rocky and I don't fancy bouncing him about all that way. So I'm going to push on up this road now, and with a bit of luck it'll flatten out just as we get to the top there, if memory serves right. Starting to see quite a few people now, so we're getting there. You know, we're getting to the touristy bit, so to speak. Now what we want to be doing is making our way to where that fencing is there. That path leads right up. Now, there's quite a few steps up to the pike itself. Anybody who's walked it, made the pilgrimage to the pike, will know there's a fair old flight of steps. We're not going to go up them. There's no way I'm going to drag a pram all the way up them. Thankfully, there's a little path that takes you around the back. And I only found out about that path when I came up here. I used to do a lot of bike riding back when I was 16, 17. I had an accident on my bike and that put me off it. But before that happened, I used to come all over. I remember coming up here with the bike and I got up to the bottom and I had this right look on my face as though, you know, oh my God, am I going to get my bike up here? And this fella come up to me and he said, so there's a path round back, you know. And his lad said as he walked away, he said, I bet he's glad, Dad, that you told him about that path. You're not too far wrong, lad. I certainly was. So we're going to use that path and that'll take us up. It's by no means a gentle slope, but at least it's better than trying to drag the pram up a set of steps. But there's no way I fancy that. Now, this area here, you can just make out that little stone building. If you follow that, that'll take you into Lever Park itself. You know, where there's Japanese gardens and all the ruins of a big estate down there. A bloke called Lord Lever used to live there back in the 20s, and the base to his old house is still in there. Again, if I get up here, again, me and Toby, we may go around there at some point and do a video in there. But for now, we want to content ourselves with the pike. It wasn't easy getting up that road with a pram, I must admit. I've had easier journeys, but we've made it. So far, so good. Yeah, there's the entrance that'll lead you to where the pigeon tower is and all that kind of good stuff. Now with a bit of luck, this is a gate that we can get through. We've got a kissing gate there, and then we've got a gate that we can get through. So that's not too bad. Now I'm going to have to shut the camera off again because we need to make our way up that path. And as you can see there, silhouetted against the skyline is the pike. So we're going there, Hot Potters. You know, we'll do it, we'll do it. Like I said, there's not much stops the age, boys. Right then, Toby, onwards and upwards. You've got the easiest job there. Or to be that age again. Okay folks, well I've had to switch to the second camera. I had a little bit of a fall back there. Sort of, as you can see, with some of this path, it's not very good. And I've ended up grazing my leg. Luckily, the pram didn't turn up. That's all I was bothered about, you know, I'm more concerned about him than myself really. Surprising when you become a parent, just you put yourself last every time. So we're back on the second camera. Hopefully I'll be able to retrieve the footage off the first camera that I did earlier, and I'll have to get that repaired. But we're at the foot now of the pike. I'll whip the camera around and I'll show you just how close we are to it, and I'll show you some of the damage to my leg. There we go folks, that's how close we are to getting to the top. This is that little path that I mentioned. It'll take us round. That buzzing, somebody's got a drone going on over there. And here's the damage to my leg, look at that. Look at that. Well folks, this is how close we are to the pike. Like I said, there's no way am I going to try and get a pram up those steps. Instead I'm going to use this path. I'll just have to take my time getting up there. Especially now, as I've got a grazed leg. Just look at that. Well, that's stinging a bit now, Hot Potters, as you can imagine. It's the first time I've worn shorts for a couple of months this year, and that goes and happens. Bloody typical, really. Right then, I'm going to make my way up this path now, and with a bit of luck we can get to the top of the pike, and we can continue this little video. Great view of Winter Hill transmitters here. There's nothing in front of you, just moorland. And there is the corner of the park, just peeking out from that hill. One last push, Hot Potters, and we'll be up there. Think we can make it, Toby? One last push, Hot Potters. One last push. And then we're there. They said we couldn't do it, Toby. We proved them wrong. Well, Hot Potters, one smashed camera and one grazed leg later, we've made it. I'll whip the camera around in a moment and you can see the magnificent view that we can see from up here. Been a fair old trek up here, pushing a pram. But thankfully, as I said in previous videos, the pram that Toby has is like the German Panzer of prams. The only good thing I know never to come out of Belgium is that pram. Right then, I'll whip the camera around, I'll show you this magnificent view. Apologies for the wind, but we are up on a pike. This is the view from up here on Rivington Pike. Down there is Horwich. There's that reservoir, I think it's Anglesark Reservoir that we followed all the way along. There's little Toby. Just make out that drone there. And that's the pike building itself. I say it resembles a little castle from down there. Now those stones there at the bottom, them first 4 or 5 courses, that stone's older than the building. The building itself, as I say, dates from 1733. There used to be 3 windows in it, one on each side and then a door. Those were blocked up at some point, and it fell into disrepair. Lots of people have carved their names in. Just be able to see here as we move closer. T&R Stott, whoever they are. Originally this would have had a cellar in it. It wouldn't have been very big though, would it? And it had a fireplace in there. And lots of other fittings. As I said, this was nearly lost in the 60s. Because the Liverpool Water Corporation, they wanted to demolish it. But there was an outcry. And as look at it, it was saved. Little opening there. Don't know how deep that goes. it was safe for future generations, which is a good thing really. The windows, the glass, what was in there, came from Chorley, but all that stone, and it had a slate roof way back when, that came from Warrington by horse and cart and dragged all the way up here. Just pushing little Toby up here was enough. Never mind big hulking stones like that. Yeah, amazing. This can be seen for miles around. You always know when you're on the motorway and you see that, you know you're on your way home. Just another look at the pike here. This is where the door was, and I suppose you could call it the front elevation. That original stonework there. I should imagine it probably had steps in. All this ground here was sort of levelled out to the door so they could get in. It does look like it's worn away over time. And this is the other side. Another one of those windows blocked up. Now what I was hoping to do at some point was bring the Mr H extender pole. Remember that, guys? I've not brought that out for a while. I was hoping to get that and look over the top and see what's inside. But, get here. Let me take a look here. That's pretty high. I don't think it would reach. Definitely, I need to invest in a drone, I think. Over in the distance again, Winterhill Mass. A few people enjoying the breeze and the sunshine, just as we are. Now, supposedly on that spot was a beacon back in the 1100s, and that warned against Scottish invaders. And I believe also there was a fire put here for the Spanish Armada, should that have ever happened. There has been beacons lit over there for the Silver Jubilee, Golden Jubilee and Diamond Jubilee apparently. Well, there we have it. Rivington Pike, lad, we made it. Right then, I'll whip the camera around and we'll wrap this video up. Well folks, that'll do it for today. Now we're going to head off back down now. It's starting to fill up here at Rivington Pike. Lots of people coming up here and just enjoying the day. But like I said, we're going to make our way back down now and head back to the car, back to Wilderswood. So, from myself, from little Toby and Mr H's Grey's Knee, up here on Rivington Pike, it is bye-bye for now.